This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So today I wanted to show a couple collectibles from the 1992 movie Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford Coppola, which starred Gary Oldman as Dracula. And in the movie, this is one of the forms he takes, a giant bat. He looks like Man-Bat. And I have always loved this suit. This makeup looks so cool. This action figure came out in 2006 by McFarlane Toys, and he came in a 2-pack. Let's see. So this is when McFarlane was in his heyday, when he was just producing awesome action figures. I know that he came roaring back, and now he's even more successful than ever making action figures. But this is back when he was making lots of monsters. And I really love this figure. I was one of the people that didn't care about if the figures had that much articulation in them. I was in the camp of, as long as they were sculpted great and looked incredible, I was happy. I know that modern toy collectors are all about articulation, so now McFarlane Toys are better articulated, but it's a trade-off, because the more articulation you get, the less paint they put on the toy. So it's a trade-off. If you want more articulation, you get less sculpting details and less paint applications. He still has awesome people working for him that do sculpt really great, but yet nobody can convince me that they're as good in the sculpting department as they used to be. Such a cool design. I think that the vampires in Dusk Till Dawn sort of took a lot of inspiration from this look. Took a lot of inspiration is the nice way of saying they ripped it off. But this action figure, he's basically in the pose of the scene where Van Helsing and Jonathan Harker, when they all walk in on Dracula and he's fucking Mina, and he hops down off the bed, and they hold a crucifix up to him, and he like stomps on the floor, and the crucifix comes ablaze, lights on fire, and he goes, she is now my Christ. That it's basically the scene they took that from. This pose, where he's sort of stomping defiantly at his pursuers. So yeah, he's pretty much always in that position. he does have cuts at the thighs and his arms, and that's it. But, you know, what other poses do you want to put him in? Like, you're not going to have him driving a car. I just couldn't understand other collectors' complaints back then, but whatever. I like this monster. I like this monster so much that this next piece is one of my favorite vinyl models. This is a beautiful vinyl model of the same monster, of the Dracula in bat form. This was put out by Horizon. And it is just a gorgeous looking piece. The only nitpick I have with him is that he never really stood up all that well. I had to make these little bases for his feet, and sort of anchor them with this resin-like putty to balance him out so that he will actually stand. Ask anybody that's built this kit and they'll tell you that he's a bitch to stand, but I fixed it, so that's cool. Let me zoom in on him. I bet I went to the theater at least 4 or 5 times to see this movie. It was one of the first DVDs I bought too. Well, the very first DVD I ever bought was John Carpenter's The Thing. And I don't think Bram Stoker's Dracula was that far behind. The lights are making him look a lot brighter than he is. His paint is a lot darker than what it's registering on camera. And as I was saying, that McFarlane action figure was part of a 2-pack, and the other figure that came in it was Dracula in his werewolf, in his wolf form. This movie had such cool makeup. Do you guys like that Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. I really do. I really like that film. Anyway, that is a look at my Bram Stoker's Dracula Bat Monster collectibles. And I will be back soon with a look at some other creatures. All right, guys. Happy Halloween.